So today we are starting the Django. So first we'll understand how to install the Django, and then we'll understand what are the prerequisites are there to learn the Django and how we are going to create the Django project. The first one is how to install this particular Django. The first part is the Python must be installed. So first of all, first you have to install the Python in your system. This is the first requirement. Okay. And once Python is installed, check it is installed or not. So if it is properly installed, how to check it is installed or not? Yes, you have to open the command prompt. Okay. And once you open the command prompt, just you have to write Python space hyphen hyphen version. And once you enter this particular command, you can check whether Python is installed or not. Okay. So it is showing like 3.11.4. It means Python is already installed in my system. Okay. So how to check? I'm writing all these things in my notes so you can go through this particular notes. Type the command in command prompt Python space hyphen hyphen version. So with this particular command, you can check it whether the Python is installed or not. So once the Python is installed, then okay, you need to check whether pip is installed or not. If Python is properly installed, then automatically pip is going to be already installed. Okay, so pip installed or not. So how to check this part also? Just you have to type it pip hyphen hyphen version. Okay, so let me just enter that command also. Pip space hyphen hyphen version. Okay, so it is showing that pip also installed. Next you have to check Django is installed or not. Okay, so next thing you have to check Django is installed or not. So how to check the it is installed or not? Just you have to type Django, then you have to mention it should be in the small Django admin space hyphen hyphen version. So this is the command to check Django is installed or not. Okay, if it is not installed, what to do? If it is not installed, open the command prompt. Okay, in admin mode, make sure it should be in the administrator mode only, and type pip install django. That's it. Okay, so here this is the command. So now let me check Django is installed or not. So here I'll write Django admin hyphen hyphen version. So in my system, Django is already installed. Okay, if it is not installed, you have to open the command prompt in administrator mode and you have to download the Django. Next. So
Uh,
next,
Good evening, sir. Sorry for interrupt.
yeah, good evening.
I can't see the screen, sir.
Just rejoin once again.
Okay, fine, sir.
Yeah. It is visible, right, Vaishnavi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the next thing, you have to download one editor also where you can find okay all the files, or we can handle the all the files related to the front end, back end, and database integration things. So for that purpose, I'm going to use one editor called Visual Studio. Next is download one editor where you can handle entire project files. Example, Visual Studio Code. Okay. So now how to download the Visual Studio Code? Just you have to go to the Google, and then here you can search it, Visual Studio Code. So just click on it and click on the Visual Studio Code, and just you have to click on the, if it is a Windows, just click on the download button, and then just you have to click on the next. If it is a Mac, you have to click on the Mac download. If it is a Linux, you have to download the Linux. Okay, so just you have to click on the download, and next, so installation will be completed. Okay, so once it is done, now just open the Visual Studio Code. So here I'm going to open the Visual Studio Code. It's taking some time. Okay. So now let me go, till it's open, let me go with the prerequisites of the Learn the Django. So what are the subject you must know? So you should know the Python compulsory. You should know basic HTML. So these two things are required mandatory. That's it. Okay. Minimum these things are required. Okay. So Django is open. And let me remove the previous files. Okay, so here I'm creating a new folder. So here I have already created one Django folder. So I'm going to save my project in the Django folder only. So I'll click on this particular open folder. So here there are a number of files are there. We'll go to the my drive. So 2023 July. So July May batches 6 p.m. This is our folder Django. Okay, and here, okay, so let me select this folder only. Okay, so once you select this folder, so your folder will be opened in the Visual Studio Code.
Sir, after creating application, how to connect to server?
Yeah, we'll see everything. First, everything will done. Okay, don't worry.
No,
So
sir,
first we
I'm
are
saying,
starting from the ABCD. We have not connected anything. Okay, we are starting from the, everything will be there. Okay, so here just now we have opened the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so still we have not created any project. We are not connecting the server. Everything will learn. Okay, just listen carefully now. So here, so how to create the, first you have to create the project, and then will be everything will be there. So now first understand how to create the project in the Django. So first of all, the first thing is you have to create a folder. Why you're going to create a folder? In this particular folder, all the files will be saved. And once you created the folder, okay, open the folder in editor. For example, we are using the Visual Studio Code. This is the editor. Okay. So now once you open this, okay, this two steps is completed. We have created the folder with the name of Django. In this Django, now this folder is created here. Now what I wanted to do, I want to create a project. So first of all, you have to click on this menu. You can see there are number of menus are there: file menu, edit menu, selection, view, go, run. So here you have to click on the terminal, and once you have to click on the terminal, there will be options will be there. So you have to click on the new terminal. So once you click on the new terminal, bottom side you can see here the terminal is open. So let me write that particular points here also. Okay, I'm writing each and every point for you guys. Okay, so first of all, what we have to do, go to the menu, top side, click on terminal, and next you have to click on new terminal. And once you open the new terminal, you have to enter one particular command. So what is the command? So this particular command is going to be created the project. So here I'm writing the command Python space, okay, okay, here I have to first have to mention Django hyphen admin. Then here I have to mention the start project, and after that I have to give one name. Just assume here I'm giving one name as a something like tour, or else uh, let's make it as a tour. Okay, so now once I enter this command, now my project is going to be created. Now there is a two option is there to access this particular project. Okay, so what are the steps are there? How to create project. So here, first of all, you have to enter the command Django. Everything should be in the small admin space start project, and then again you have to give the space and your project name. This is the command. Okay, and once you enter this, okay, there are two ways to run your project. So here, this is the first way, and this project. Okay, first option, and will be the second option. Okay, so first we'll see the first option. You have, because you can see here there is a folder is created tour. Inside of this tour there is a one more tour is there. So here what I have to do, I have to go to the inside of this tour. So first I'll write the cd, then I'm going to write the tour. Now I'm inside of this particular tour. Now here I have the entire project files. Whatever the all these project files, we'll see one by one. Don't worry about. Okay, so as of now, just listen carefully. So now here I'm going to write one more command to run this particular file. So here Python, and then here you have to mention the manage.py run server. This is the command. So here in Django, we don't need to download any type of servers. Like other applications, you have to download the separate servers or these things. You have to download some other software. It is not required in the Django. Once you install the Django, okay, using the pip install Django command, like how we are installing the NumPy pandas, same thing here. Just you have to mention pip install Django, and automatically entire environment will be created in your system. But make sure that particular command should be run in the administrator mode only, in the command prompt or CMD. And once you run this particular command, Python space manage.py space run server, automatically it will create a server, and it will give you the one link to open that particular your project. So here I have run this particular command, and now you can see here I'm getting this particular link http 127.00. Okay, so just you have to click on this particular link. Okay, and now you can see here by defaultly there is a one project is created. So what you have to do, just okay, the first step is here inside of this. To run the project, you have to type cd and the folder name. Folder is nothing but whatever the project you have created. Once you enter, then again you have to type python space manage.py run server. So automatically your project will be run. Okay, whatever the project. Second option, just assume every time whatever you want to enter the command, every time you have to write cd space tool, and then only you can enter that particular commands. But just assume I don't want to write every time cd space my project name. So what you can do, just close your project. Okay, because we have opened the Django folder. So now directly open the tool project. So here just click on the file, click on the open folder. So earlier we have opened the Django folder. So now directly open the your project folder. So go to your files, okay, and directly open this particular tool folder. So now if you directly open this particular folder, you don't need to enter the command called cd command. Okay, so directly just you have to click on the new terminal, and then you can directly type your command python space manage dot run server. Okay, so automatically it will open here, so you don't need to write the cd space your project name. Directly here I'm now writing python manage.py run server. So now once I enter this, now you can see here it will start building your project, and now you can see you got this particular link, and once you click on this link, you can see here it is open now. Okay, so let me write this here, this point also. The second option, okay, open direct folder, okay, in Visual Studio Code, then open the new terminal. Next, type the python space manage.py run server. Now once you've done this, okay, so project is completed. Now here you have created the project, but here see what the information you can able to see. So this is the ready-made information which Django is provided, but here I don't want this information. When you're building your project, you need your own information. You don't want this particular information. So now how to display your own content. Okay, so first of all, here in the first part, what we are going to do here, we are passing one statement, or you can say string, using HTTP response. So HTTP response is a function. So with the help of this particular HTTP response, you can pass your own particular string into your Django project. So what I have to do here first, okay, so let me just save this, and here I'm going to open my project, and now you can see here if I click on this particular tool, there are multiple files are there, right? So here first of all what I have to do, I have to create, okay, one app here. So here why should I create one app? Because you want to display your own content. For example, it's a big application like Flipkart or Amazon something. For each and every information, there will be separate app will be there. Let's take an example of Flipkart. For mobile related information, there will be separate app. For laptop, there will be separate app. For accessories, there will be separate app. So here I'm going to create one app. to display my information. So here I'm created the one more terminal. You can create n number of terminals. And here I'm going to add one command to create my project. Okay, so let me add here. So first step is creating our first app. Okay, and how to create this particular app? Just you have to mention the open the terminal, same open the new terminal. Okay, and type Python. Okay, manage py, and then you have to mention the start app and then whatever the name you want to give, app name. Okay, and once you give this particular name, okay, then we have to do some particular settings. So first of all, I have created the new terminal, and here I'm going to add Python space manage.py, and then here I have to mention the start app, and then you have to give some name. Let me give this name as a sample. So here once I enter this, now you can see here one app is created using the sample, and in this also you can see there are some files are already created. So now what I have to do here, you can see here in the tour there is a one URL file is there. Okay, but you can see here in sample that file is not available. So first of all, what I am doing here, I am creating a url.py file in the sample file. So how to do? Just you have to click on this right new file, or else you can right click or create a new file. Both the option is there. So I'm just clicking on this particular shortcut button to create the file, and here I'm mentioning urls.py. Okay, I'll tell you like what is the work of this URL file also. Okay, what the first step is you have to create the urls.py file. So here I'm writing that step also. Once you create the app, okay, after creating the app, create urls.py file in your app, folder. Okay, now once you created this particular app, now we have what we have to do, we have to connect this our app with our project. So this app is created now. So now this app, when this particular app is going to be work, if this particular app is connected to the project. So how we are going to connect this app with our project? So first of all, you have to go to the this particular urls.py file. Okay, and once you go to the URL file, you can see here there is some documentation is already written. What is the documentation is there? URL configuration for tour project. The URL pattern lists route URLs to views. For more information, this is a official documentation website is there, djangoproject.com. If you click on this particular djangoproject.com, you can see all the documentation. So here you can see how to create the functions, how to create the class, and how to include the URL configurations. So here we have created one URL file in the sample app. So here why we have created this URL file means the purpose of the URL file is whenever you want to link, or else whenever like it's work as a hyperlink. Okay, so whenever you want to move from one page to another page, okay, so here we have to use this particular url.py file. So how is going to work? In the views file, we are going to write the function, and that function name must be connected with the URL file. So once you connect this, then only that particular function is going to be executed. Whenever you create a page, again that if you want to link that particular pages, so all the code must be added in the views file, and if you're writing class or function, that must be attached with the URL file. So now first of all, what we are doing here, we have to connect our app URLs configuration with the main URL. So here option is already there. First of all, you have to import the include function in the Django.urls import include. So you can see here Django URLs import already there, but here only path is there. Just you have to attach the include also. Okay, let me write this step here. Okay, after creating app, create URLs file in your project. Now connect your app with your project. Okay, listen carefully all the instructions. Now how to connect that app? Open the urls.py file of the project. So now you will be having two files. Don't open the app file. You have to open the project file. So this is the project, okay, URL file. Once you open this file, okay, you have to import include function. What you have to do? Import the include function. So already you can see here documentation is written how to include the include function. And once you include this, you have to add the path. Next, what you have to add the path. So how to add the path? You can see it. Just you have to mention here path, and then if any multiple names are there, multiple apps are there, that names must be mentioned. As of now, we have only one name, one app is there, so I'm not mentioning any name. So when you're not mentioning the name, that will be the default app. Means that app should be executing first. So here I have to mention the include folder, include function, and here I have to mention the app name dot urls. What is the app name? Sample is our app name, and what is the URL file name? That is the URLs only. Now let me save this, and just I'm pasting these things in our documentation. Add the path. How to add the path? Go to, okay, URL patterns list, URL pattern section, and add the path. Okay, so let me just paste this command. Open the notepad. Okay, so let me copy this command, paste it here. Okay, now what is the next step? So once you attach this, now just you have to select the file and save it. Okay, next step is save the file. So once you save the file, your project will be attached to the app. Okay, or app is attached to your project. Now go to the views section to execute your own content. So here I'm going to import one library from Django. Django is our main package. In this, there is a library called HTTP, and here I'm importing the HTTP response library. Sorry, function. HTTP response is a function. HTTP is a library. Django is a package. Okay. So now let me copy this command, and I'm going to paste this in our documentation. Save the file. Now open the views.py file. So what is the use of the views.py file? Whatever the logic, functionalities, variables you want to store, whatever the classes you want to store, all the logics, whatever you want to execute, that logic must be added in the views.py file. Okay. So here, open the views file. Here we add our logic. Logic nothing but your code. Okay. Import spelling mistake. Okay, import the HTTP response. Okay, and how to respond using this command. Okay, now once I import this, okay, I want to write one function, because if I want to execute something, I have to write in the function, and then function should be called. So here I'm writing one function. I'm just giving this name as a home, and here you have to pass one default parameter, that is a request. Okay, so then it will go send to the request to our page, and here I want to return this HTTP response, and just assume I want to will pass one string, welcome to my project. Okay, so these things I have to pass. Now let me save this. Okay, now let me copy this command also, and I'll paste this into my documentation. Okay, so next thing is create a function and add some or statement. Okay, so now next step is just reset this. Okay, so next step is link views.py file and urls.py file of your app. Okay, now let me link this first. Okay, so now this function is saved. Let me save this function, and now you have to open your urls file. Okay, now you can see here in this particular urls files nothing is written. So here you have to import the one library. Okay, so here let me add one comment, import libraries. Okay, and here you have to mention add path. Okay, so here the path library you have to import. So you can copy this library from the main URL also. From Django URL import path, you can copy this also. This is the library which you have to copy. Okay, or else paste directly also. Okay, and once you import this library, you have to add the same thing. You have to mention the URL patterns. Let me copy that list also from here. Okay, let me copy this whole code here, and now here I have to add the path. So how to add the path? Just you have to mention the path function, and this function should be executed firstly, so I'm not giving any separate name. And now next, here I have to give the name as a views dot, what is the function name? So function name is home. Now let me save this. So now, okay, uh, here what we have to do, we have to import the views also. Okay, so we have not imported the views file, so here I'm attaching the views file also. From it is in the main only, so I'm mentioning dot import views. Now let me save this. Now there is no error. If any get error is here, you will get this line. Okay, so now here I'm copying this particular command, and here I'm pasting in your documentation. Okay, so this is the command. Okay, so once everything is linked, just save this file, and once you save this file, go to your, okay, where your server is running. So just link this particular file, and now you can see here, okay, it is showing welcome to my project. Got it, guys? Is it clear?